Yeah, amazing effort by the guys. At halftime, we felt that we would still win the game. I didn't expect that a couple minutes into the second half, Carlos would have already scored twice. But the mentality at halftime, the intensity throughout the second half, the way guys like Pancho and Latif came on and were able to help, just a team effort where commitment and the intensity was just awesome. So, we've tried over the years to just have a way of playing and a style, but to go with it, we've constantly tried to find a way that we can develop that kind of mentality to win tough games, to get to finals. I think we've learned from some of the moments that slipped away from us, and tonight you could see the concentration on so many guys, the guys in the back moving out, organizing, winning balls, still finding moments to play. So I'm really proud of everybody. And, Carlos is such a special player, special leader, captain. And man, what a night for him.
You said there that at halftime you still felt you guys could win. Where does that belief in this group come from? Because you're down a man, you're down a goal, you're away from home. Where does that belief come from in this group here?
I think we continue to grow, and you could see after we got knocked out by Seattle that there was a really good mentality in training. Everybody was excited to get here, excited for Cruz Azul, and so I think that there's a sense that we're going in the right direction, that we understand better what big games are all about. We still want to try to play the best football we can, but in different moments in these kind of games, your ability to be smart, to be aggressive, to know how to deal with tough situations, all these different things come into play. And I mentioned earlier that, in the second half, there was a real focus. Guys were totally on board with what it would take to win the game. And at halftime, we have many days in training where we'll play 11 versus 10, and we typically play with 4, 3, and 2. Diego and Carlos have played in those roles often. The work in the midfield, where Mark went in and played more in the center, and it started out with Sifu and Latif, and then Pancho came on and when Sifu had to come off. So I think that part was good. And then I said earlier, the back four did a really good job tonight. The understanding and the partnership between Eddie Segura and Jesus Murillo. And I think Tristan and Cheeky have really raised their level of intensity in these games. They're players that we believe in, and the confidence to know how to play in big games. We've tried to find the right way to push them forward, but you could see in both of these games that these two are making big steps.
Getting to this point after, getting so close in different moments on MLS League and different competitions, what that means for this core of players that maybe coming from South America, especially, the last minute of those important games are different. I mean, you hide the ball, you shoot the ball away, you don't want to play, but you put the game in different terms. And then they got this. They got the result in the terms that you wanted them to get it. What that means for the club and for them.
Yeah, look, it's all the players, John. We've been close, and in some of the important games, we've made some mistakes, or in certain moments, there's a play where you don't treat it with the importance that it needs, and then all of a sudden you've given up a goal and you're fighting from behind. And in really big games, every play counts, and that challenge of staying in a game, making plays, and knowing that physically you've got to give everything for for your team. I mean, everybody talks about this stuff, but you've got to develop those abilities. And you know, you've got young guys that in the last couple of years have grown up a lot. You know, Diego, Edward. I mean, I mentioned Cheeky and Sifu earlier. I mean, these are still young guys. And so when you have tough days, it's no fun when a couple of days later you're going through video and you're trying to show guys certain things that we needed to do better. But that's all part of growing. So, you know, we've never shied away from looking hard at ourselves. When something gets away from us, you know, we're really honest. And, you know, we've had very good moments. Obviously, Supporter Shield last year was a really special thing to play as well as we did from the beginning of the season until the end. But we've also had days where we didn't finish the job, or we weren't as good as we needed to be in a big game, or too many guys on a big night weren't at their best. So these are tough lessons, but I think we're going in the right direction, you know, and that's how players develop. That's those experiences, feeling what it's like when the game gets away from you and remembering it and then being ready the next time.
Bob, you talked about the mentality all year long, and kind of along the same lines of what you just mentioned. What has really snapped into the team? Maybe it's just that it's the healthiest squad that you have at this point of the year, but you guys being able to fight back from these deficits in this big tournament and really showing that versatility as a team. What is it, a mentality thing that the players kind of just snapping in right now, knowing that the prize is right there, or is it just something beyond that?
No, it's everything. I mean, look, we don't talk about it a lot, but certainly the start-stop part of MLS this year, the fact that we were missing guys at different times, there were a lot of challenges for all teams, and I was hard on myself because I don't think we did as good a job as some other teams of handling all the different challenges that came with this season. But we've never stopped with the idea that, you know, we love trying to get better. We love the way we play football. Guys come in, they're into training, and now you got to look hard at things that must improve if you're going to get to the next level. And so it's a never-ending process, never ending. You know, we love looking at big teams and seeing the way they compete, you know, mixing up video of certain things that we do and picking out some plays from big games around the world or big teams where players in tough moments come through and make big plays, you know, where guys are at their best on those nights. And so, you know, we're just trying to find every way we can to challenge the group in these kind of ways. I think those are real football ways. You know, we don't come up with a lot of phony crap. You know, we focus on real stuff and say, look, if we're going to become a good team, here are things that have to get better. We do it on an individual level. We do it on a team level. And so there's a lot of satisfaction when you see a bunch of guys fight through some things that didn't go their way tonight and come out with a big win.